All right, you backyard grilling gladiators, gather round.
Uh-huh.
Because let's face it, when the barbecue comes out, so does your pet's inner uh, vacuum cleaner.
Pretty much, yeah.
Today, we're plunging headfirst into the delicious danger zone of BBQ season with your furry, scaly, or, occasionally feathered sidekicks.
Definitely a danger zone.
We're talking about navigating those sizzling temptations without a trip to the emergency vet that costs more than your entire propane tank.
Exactly. While you're meticulously arranging those perfect grill marks, your beloved companion is likely plotting their strategic pounce on that dropped burger.
Oh, yeah.
It's a culinary Cold War waged on your patio, and we're here to give you the intel to emerge victorious with all pets intact.
Intact is the key word. Because a leisurely afternoon of hot dogs and sunshine can turn into a frantic Google search for a pet poison control hotline faster than you can say fetch.
It happens so fast.
So consider this your battle plan, your guide to grilling glory without the, well, gruesome pet-related aftermath.
Our mission today is pretty straightforward. To arm you with the crucial knowledge, to ensure your barbecue is a joyous occasion for everyone, including those with four legs, and questionable judgment when it comes to unattended snacks.
Questionable is putting it mildly.
We'll uncover the seemingly innocent edibles that are actually undercover agents of chaos, share some truly unbelievable tales of pet-induced BBQ pandemonium, and equip you with practical, almost laughably simple strategies for survival.
Fantastic. Let's kick things off with the rogues gallery of the barbecue.
Yeah.
The foods that should be treated like, well, hot coals when your pets are within a 5-mile radius.
Good place to start.
First up, the sinister Spud Squad. Onions and garlic.
Ah, yes. What's fascinating in a deeply concerning way is how these kitchen staples can turn traitor in a pet's digestive system.
Right.
Onions and garlic, whether they're raw, cooked, minced, or lurking in powdered form, contain compounds that can cause oxidative damage to red blood cells in dogs and cats.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
Basically, it leads to a type of anemia where their blood just can't carry oxygen efficiently. It's not just a little tummy upset, it can be a serious health crisis. Seriously bad news.
Wow. So you think you're being all gourmet with your garlic aioli, and meanwhile, you're basically serving up a silent assassin to your Labrador.
Pretty much.
So that fancy onion dip, the garlicky marinade, strictly for human consumption. Think of it as delicious. Human fuel only.
Human fuel only. I like that.
We're moving on to something that feels inherently dog-appropriate. Bones.
Ah, yes, the age-old image. A dog contentedly gnawing on a bone. However, cooked bones, particularly those from poultry and ribs, undergo a structural change.
They get brittle.
Exactly. They lose collagen, becoming brittle and prone to splintering when chewed. These sharp fragments can then wreak havoc internally, causing lacerations and potentially life-threatening blockages.
Oof.
That seemingly innocent chicken bone your well-meaning uncle slips under the table. Landmine. Total landmine.
Exactly. It transforms from a tasty treat into tiny internal shrapnel. Yikes. And speaking of deceptive dangers, let's talk about those seemingly virtuous little fears. Grapes and raisins.
Ooh, these are a big one.
These unassuming snacks are like kryptonite for a dog's kidneys. I mean, who would have thought? Even a small handful can trigger severe kidney issues in some dogs. It's baffling.
It is rather perplexing, and what adds to the worry is that the exact mechanism of this toxicity isn't, fully understood.
Really?
Yeah, current theory suggests various compounds might be responsible, but definitive answers remain elusive. Regardless of the specifics, the outcome is clear. Even a single grape or raisin can be enough to cause serious problems in susceptible dogs.
Wow.
It's a risk that's simply not worth taking, no matter how persuasive those puppy eyes are.
Oh, those eyes could convince me to hand over my car keys, let alone a few grapes. Okay, shifting gears to something a bit more structurally challenging. Corn cobs.
Ah, the corn cob.
They look like harmless remnants, right? The skeletal remains of a summerside. But to a dog, they're apparently Mount Everest made of edible-ish material.
And the summit often involves an emergency surgery bill that could finance a small vacation. Corn cobs are largely indigestible, and their shape and size make them perfect candidates for causing gastrointestinal blockages in dogs.
They just get stuck.
Exactly. Once lodged, they typically require surgical removal, which is a stressful and costly ordeal for everyone involved. So once you've scraped every kernel off that cob, dispose of it with the same level of caution you'd apply to, radioactive waste.
Treat them like they're filled with glitter, tempting, but ultimately a massive pain to deal with.
Good analogy.
And then, of course, we have the classic villain of the pet world, chocolate, especially those rich, fudgy desserts that make a BBQ truly decadent.
The old favorite. The danger in chocolate stems from compounds called misylxanthines, most notably theobromine.
Right, I've heard that.
Dogs metabolize these substances at a much slower rate than humans. This leads to a toxic buildup in their system. Darker chocolate contains higher concentrations of these toxins, making that gourmet dark chocolate torte particularly perilous.
More cocoa, more danger.
Precisely. Symptoms can range from unpleasant vomiting and diarrhea to more severe issues like tremors, seizures, and, in extreme cases, even death.
So that triple chocolate brownie needs Fort Knox-level security when pets are around. No question.
Absolutely.
And finally, this should be obvious, but given some of the stories I've heard, it bears repeating. Alcohol. Your pet does not need a taste of your craft beer or a sip of your hard lemonade.
Please know. Even small amounts of alcohol can have significant and detrimental effects on pets due to their smaller size and different metabolic processes.
This is bad all around.
It can lead to vomiting, diarrhea, loss of coordination, depression of the central nervous system, and in severe cases, coma or respiratory failure. There is absolutely no safe amount of alcohol to give to a pet. Their system simply isn't designed to process it.
Okay, that's our list of culinary catastrophes waiting to happen. Definitely sobering.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes, even with our best efforts at Fort Knox-level security, our furry Houdinis manage to orchestrate a heist on the buffet table.
Oh, they find a way.
Which brings us to segment 2. Tales from the grill, or more accurately, tales of unbelievable gluttony and comedic mishaps.
These anecdotes serve as humorous, well, in retrospect, for the humans, maybe less so for the pets at the time. Reminders of just how inventive and lightning fast our animal companions can be when the scent of unattended food walks through the air.
Oh, absolutely. Take, for example, the Labrador, who apparently viewed a full, unopened bag of fluffy hamburger buns as a personal Everest to conquer.
Oh, no.
17 buns, still in their plastic prison, vanished down the hatch in record time. The dog remarkably survived. The aftermath, however, involved enough expansion to rival a weather balloon.
17, that's impressive. A truly impressive feat of carb consumption.
Right.
And then there was the husky, a breed you wouldn't necessarily peg as a stealthy gourmand, who somehow managed to liberate an entire rack of ribs from the kitchen counter.
How?
No idea. The frantic search ensued, only to culminate in the discovery of the ribs lovingly entombed in the children's sandbox. Talk about burying your treasure.
Yeah. That's next-level dedication to the art of the snack snatch. Unbelievable.
It really is.
And who could forget the cat, a creature known for their, refined palate, who decided that the platter of deviled eggs was lacking a certain je ne sais quoi.
Uh-oh. Where's this going?
Apparently, a generous application of feline tongue was the missing ingredient. It wasn't until a guest politely inquired about the unique texture that the truth and the cat hair emerged.
Oh, gross. Proof that even our feline overlords are not immune to the allure of a well-placed appetizer.
Apparently not.
And my personal favorite, a testament to sheer unadulterated motivation. The golden retriever, who, upon sighting a perfectly grilled sausage just beyond the patio, concluded that screen doors were merely suggestions.
Oh,
Yes. He executed a full-speed breach, secured the sausage, and presumably lived a very satisfied life. The screen door is still in therapy.
A truly inspiring display of sausage-driven determination.
Wow. These tales, while funny now, really underscore how critical it is to secure food and supervise your pets relentlessly.
Absolutely critical. Which segues perfectly into segment 3. Fortifying your feast, your essential survival guide to creating a pet-proof BBQ environment.
Okay, let's get practical. It all boils down to proactive measures, basically. Eliminating temptation and opportunity at every turn.
Right.
The first crucial step is establishing a clearly defined nope zone for your pets.
A nope zone. I love it. Think of it as their VIP relaxation area, miles away from the siren song of the sizzling grill.
Exactly.
Set up a comfortable space with shade, plenty of fresh water, and some engaging toys to distract them from the olfactory overload. Use baby gates, exercise pens, whatever it takes if your pet has a history of culinary espionage.
You know your pet.
The goal is a happy, safe pet, far from the BBQ battlefield.
Equally vital is educating your human guests. They might not be aware of the specific BBQ dangers for pets. A casual "don't feed the dog" often falls on deaf ears.
Oh, totally. Especially after a few celebratory beverages. Nope, not nearly enough. You might need to get a little more theatrical. Maybe create a humorous "do not feed" poster featuring your pet looking particularly mournful next to a list of forbidden foods.
Huh. That could work.
A quick, slightly over-the-top announcement as guests arrive can also work wonders. You can always blame your insane level of pet parenting if you want to soften the blow.
Whatever gets the message across, secure food storage is also absolutely non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Those enticing platters of burgers, ribs, and sides need to be on tables that are well beyond your pet's reach, and ideally covered to minimize those tempting aromas wafting their way.
High up and covered.
Remember, a determined pet can exhibit surprising feats of athleticism.
Seriously. I once saw a cat scale a 6-foot fence for a rogue chicken nugget. It happens.
Wow. And don't forget the post-feast cleanup. Proper trash disposal is paramount.
Huge one.
Those discarded greasy napkins and leftover bones are like buried treasure to your dog. Use trash cans with secure, locking lids and empty them frequently to prevent any midnight snacking on hazardous waste.
Lock it down.
Finally, ensure your pets have access to fresh, clean water at all times and ideally in multiple locations. Just like us, they get thirsty in the summer heat, especially with all the excitement and potential for, surreptitious sampling.
Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, now, beyond the obvious edible enemies, summer BBQs come with their own set of sneaky, sun-soaked perils. Let's dive into segment 4. Beyond the bites, navigating the not-so-obvious dangers of summer heat.
Yeah, this is important too. Heat stroke is a very real and potentially fatal risk for pets, especially certain breeds.
Right, like the flat-faced ones?
Exactly. Recognizing the early signs of overheating is crucial for swift intervention.
Okay, what should you look for? Keep a sharp lookout for excessive, frantic panting.
Like really heavy panting.
Yeah, glazed or unfocused eyes, vomiting, and any truly bizarre behavior, like your normally dignified dog suddenly attempting to live permanently in the kiddie pool.
Or lying flat out in the shade, not wanting to move.
It's a pretty strong indicator they're feeling the heat.
Definitely. Prevention, as always, is the most effective strategy. Ensure your pets have access to ample shade throughout the day, especially during those peak scorching hours.
Peak sun times, yeah.
Utilizing fans, even outdoors, can provide a significant amount of relief. Moving air makes a difference.
And don't underestimate the simple power of a cooling mat, or even just a damp towel for them to lie on. It's like their own personal oasis of coolness.
Those work really well.
Plus, let's be honest, a dog sprawled dramatically on a cooling mat is prime photo material.
Always. You can also offer pet-safe frozen treats to help them cool down internally.
Ooh, like what?
Frozen peanut butter, but make sure it doesn't contain xylitol, which is super toxic to dogs. Check the label.
Good point. Xylitol is nasty stuff.
Put that xylitol-free peanut butter in a calm toy, freeze it. Or frozen slices of banana, or even ice cubes made from low-sodium chicken or beef broth can be both refreshing and entertaining.
Broth cubes. Smart.
Just steer clear of those sugary human popsicles. They're not designed for pet physiology. Too much sugar, maybe other bad stuff.
Exactly. We're aiming for cool and safe, not a sugar rush followed by a frantic call to the vet. Okay. Now, despite all our meticulous planning and Fort Knox level security, sometimes things still go sideways. That leads us to our final and arguably most crucial segment, when things go wrong. Emergency preparedness.
Right. You need a plan B. It's absolutely vital to be prepared for potential emergencies. The very first step is to know the exact location and have the contact information readily available for your nearest emergency veterinary clinic.
Before the BBQ starts.
Yes. Program their number into your phone right now if you haven't already. Don't wait until you're panicking.
Seriously, do it.
Yeah.
Label it something incredibly obvious like emergency vet lifesaver or whatever works for you.
Good tip. Another essential item to have on hand is hydrogen peroxide, standard 3%.
Okay, why?
This can be used to induce vomiting in dogs, and this is critical only under the direct guidance of a veterinarian or a pet poison control hotline.
Right. Do not just do it.
Exactly. Do not attempt to induce vomiting without professional advice first. Call them. You could do more harm than good if it's the wrong situation or the wrong dose.
Okay, super important point. Call first.
That's the crucial caveat. Incorrect administration of hydrogen peroxide can lead to serious complications. You should also ensure that your pet's medical records are easily accessible.
Maybe a folder. Or on your phone.
Yeah, especially any information regarding allergies or pre-existing health conditions. That info helps the vet immensely.
And here's a pro tip from someone who's learned the hard way. Save your regular vet's number in your phone under a name that's impossible to forget, like My Pet's Superhero.
Whatever works.
It sounds silly, but in a moment of panic, you want to find that number instantly. No scrolling.
Totally agree. Ultimately, being a responsible pet owner during a barbecue boils down to prioritizing your pet's well-being over their undeniably persuasive begging.
Those eyes.
Remember, "But he looked so sad and hungry," is never a valid justification for offering potentially harmful food. You are their guardian, and sometimes that means resisting those heart-melting puppy dog eyes for their own good.
Tough love, but necessary love. So, as you fire up those grills and embark on a summer of smoky deliciousness, remember this: a little bit of foresight and, frankly, a healthy dose of paranoia go a long way
A little paranoia is good here.
in ensuring a happy and healthy BBQ season for everyone, including your beloved companions.
With a few simple yet crucial precautions, you can fully enjoy your burgers, your brats, and all the accompanying delights without the added stress of a potential pet-related crisis.
Sound like a plan?
The goal is a fun, relaxing gathering for the humans, and a safe, comfortable experience for your furry, scaly, or feathered friends. Simple as that.
So protect those pets, guard those grills like your life depends on it, and maybe strategically position a bowl of their favorite safe treats far away from the action.
Good distraction.
And for heaven's sake, keep a hawk-like vigil over that dessert table. Those sugary temptations are often the most alluring and, let's be real, the most treacherous.
Especially the chocolate ones.
Especially the chocolate ones. Until our next deep dives, may your barbecues be blissfully pet emergency free.